Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome.
And welcome in indoor soccer fans. Once again from the Royal Farms Arena in downtown Baltimore. Gary Stein, Paul Bittemeyer with you. Blast Soccer is on the air. Tonight, the Blast, in the second of two straight home games, take on the Harrisburg Heat. Blast off a 9-3 win last night at home against Detroit. Harrisburg was at Syracuse last night, falling to the Silver Knights 5-3. Blast are unbeaten 10-0. The Heat come in at 0-9. There's Lucio, who will be introduced in a moment, former Blast player. And Paul, a once great rivalry dominated by the Blast now. The Heat, though, are staying in games longer, playing better. They'll break through soon.
Tough loss for Harrisburg last night at home, 5-3. And a monumental task tonight to come to Baltimore on the back end of a two-game situation and have to play a Blast team that is been pretty hot. When you talk about this series so far this year, dominated by the Blast, 3-0, and the guy that stands out, Tony Donatelli, 6 goals and 2 assists against the Heat this year, including a 4-goal effort on New Year's Eve. So he's a guy to watch, and as we talked last night, Gary, got to watch Vinny Dantas, who is emerging as a star for the Baltimore Blast.
Last night, Dantas with 4 goals of his own, 4 goals, assists for 5 points. Donatelli chipped in with a goal and 3 assists for 4 points as the Blast dominated Detroit 9-3. Again, the Blast with William Van Zella in goal, the league's leading goalkeeper. And Harrisburg will go with Scott Crotty, who just faces too many shots. There you see him, the bearded one, as we call him. Scott Crotty, the goalkeeper for the Harrisburg Heat. Again, injury update for the Blast. No Levi Wapu for the weekend. Saw some new faces for the Blast on the lineup last night. Jeremy Raley had a couple of shifts, and saw a little bit more of Jeremy Ortiz. Hopefully he can stay healthy. And Brad Venino will be back in the lineup tonight for the Blast.
You saw Vinny Dantas take over that third quarter last night in a close game. Scored 4 goals in the third quarter, I believe in an 11-minute span, to help the Blast pull away. And he will be a handful tonight for the Harrisburg Heat.
So it's the Heat and the Blast. Again, the Heat are actually on the verge of elimination for the division crown. They're 0-9 on the year. The Blast are 10-0. If the Blast beat Harrisburg tonight, then Harrisburg has no chance of winning the division crown. The Blast are the only unbeaten team in the league, but there is some balance. Some other teams in the league, Missouri at 11-2. In fact, that battle in the Central Division is a good one in general between Missouri, Chicago, and Milwaukee. Only 3 games separate those 3 teams, and Chicago is playing Missouri tonight.
That's a good one to watch tonight between those two clubs. We'll keep an eye on that game. Obviously some good teams. The Blast will see that Missouri team 3 times towards the end of the season.
They will, and in fact, this is the last Blast home game for a while. We'll get you updated on that when we return.
Baltimore.
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 Are you ready?
goal this evening, number 0, William Vansella. Forward, number 4, Andrew Hoxie. Defender, number 6, Karu Horvath. Starting it forward this evening, number 8, Lucas Roque. Starting on defense, your blast captain, number 9, Pat Healy. Starting it forward, number 11, Tony Donatelli. Defender, number 12, Adriano Dos Santos. Defender, number 13, Jeremy Reilly. Starting on defense, number 14, Anawa Obase. Midfielder, number 17, Jeremy Ortiz. Starting in midfield, number 22, Juan Pereira. Midfielder, number 23, Jonathan Mello. Forward, number 27, Jin Ho Kim. Forward, number 28, Vinny Tantas. Midfielder, number 80, Gaetan Caltabiano. And now, your Blast coaches, the assistant coach of your Baltimore Blast, David Pascal. And the head coach of your Baltimore Blast, Danny Kelly. There they are, Blast fans, your 2015, 2016 Baltimore Blast. Ladies and gentlemen, this time we ask you to please rise for the singing of God Bless America, performed tonight by Julia Boris.
God bless America, land that I love, stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, wide with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting tonight's colors, please welcome the Baltimore City Fire Department Honor Guard. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem by tonight's special guest, the Children's Chorus of Carroll County.
With you at Royal Farms Arena, Blast and the Harrisburg Heat, the I-83 rivalry, as it were.
Before we start anything else, have you seen the Bumblebee on the field before this year?
You know, I really haven't noticed them.
I haven't either, right? All right, starters tonight, Vanzella in goal for the Blast. Obasi and Healy on the back line. Pereira, Roque, and Donatelli up front for your Baltimore Blast tonight against the Harrisburg Heat.
It'll be Tyler Whitmer, Lucio Gonzaga, Marco Chantel. Gonzaga and Chantel, two former Blast players. Chris Williams also a third. Brian Davis and Scott Crotty will be in goal tonight for the Harrisburg Heat. Blast and the Heat. Blast led by, as you mentioned, Tony Donatelli, 6 goals and an assist for 7 points against Harrisburg in 3 games. Keys tonight.
Keys to the game, control the pace and the tempo of the game. Blast did a good job of that last night against Detroit. Good team defense, 5 guys behind the ball, and then again, this is on there every game. Execute free kicks and power plays.
Well, Blast did a good job of that last night, scoring a penalty kick goal and a power play goal. The penalty kick goal kind of changed the tenor of the game last night.
It's your Webb Mason keys to the game.
No doubt. Hey, here's something interesting. After Donatelli with the 7 points, the next 2 highest scorers for the Blast against Harrisburg, one I'm sure you can imagine is Dantas with 5 goals and an assist for 6 points. But then Jinho Kim with 2 goals and 4 assists for 6 points against Harrisburg in 3 games. And we talked about this last night. He's really learning the indoor game. He's only played 10 games in his career, and he's starting to become an offensive force for the Blast.
Yes, he is. Always around the ball, always making things happen. Got the hockey assist, if we'll say, on the Pereira goal last night as he cut a nice pass across field to Donatelli, who set up Pereira for the goal. So, yeah, he's always around the play, always making things happen.
All right, so as you take a look at the field, tonight's referees, by the way, brought to you by Maryland Eye Care. Mark Bailey will be the head referee. Robert Faraday, Sean Papperman, and Rich Barnes will be in the scorer's table. As you take a look at the field, notice the uniforms that these 2 teams are wearing. They're in untraditional colors tonight. The Blast are honoring the men in blue, the first responders of our great nation and our great state. They'll be in blue tonight, blue pants and blue shirts. Meanwhile, Harrisburg will be in the white uniforms with the red. Usually they're dressed in purple and orange. So don't adjust your television set here tonight. It is the Blast in the darker uniforms, and it is the Harrisburg Heat in the lighter uniforms here tonight.
Yeah, it is different.
And I'm sure those uniforms for the Blast will be auctioned off before too long. Lucio kicks it back to his defenders. Chris Williams up past midfield. It'll be Harrisburg ball first from left to right. Vanzella in goal for Baltimore. And the bearded one, Scott Crotty, will be in the net for Harrisburg tonight.
Let's see if the Blast can get the first goal tonight. Whoa, almost right there. Crotty had a mishandle, but the Blast have given up the first goal in the game in 3 straight.
That is correct. Blast have led for 89.6% of their minutes this year, 600 minutes, and have trailed in very few. I believe about 1% of the time they've trailed, but they have trailed early 3 times in a row. Crotty off his mark makes a play as Donatelli was sliding forward. Blast trying to hold it in at the yellow line, and it'll be a foul on Pereira.
Whitmer buys that foul for the Heat as Pereira and Whitmer came together. And all of a sudden, you see in the first 45 seconds much different. Let's see if they call the game differently tonight than they did last night. Last night, they just let him play.
Crotty off his goal line, receiving from Marco Chantel, dumping it in to the yellow line of the Blast. And now, for some reason, I don't know, it looked like the forward for Harrisburg could make a play inside the yellow line and instead sent it back to midfield, and that created all kinds of havoc.
Williams the foul for Harrisburg.
Blast riding that 26-game home winning streak here at the arena. They're 47-2 in their last 49. So tonight is game number 50 since that streak began.
Wow, 47-2.
Blast are 99-21 since the beginning of the 2010 season. That's five and a half full seasons. Here come the Blast now. Kim down the side, picked up by Williams. Lucio in front of his own goal. He's being pressured by John Mello for the Blast. Mello not giving an inch. Sends Lucio all the way back to his goalkeeper.
Well, Lucio does a lot for the Heat. Offense, defense.
And special teams. Attention small businesses, Netacom is an alternative phone and internet provider specializing in small businesses just like yours. Netacom provides phone lines, phone systems, internet access, and everyday computer and help desk support. Check us out at www.netacom.com. Also, Advanced Radiology is proud to be the official medical imaging provider of the Blast. When you need fast, accurate results, trust the team of experts at Advanced Radiology. Visit advancedradiology.com for a location near you.
Good outlet by Croce that time as they beat the Blast pressure.
Now inside the Blast yellow line, Chris Williams with a drive. That ball is still in play. Blast have given up the first goal 3 straight games, including the December 31st game at Harrisburg. A game the Blast came back and won handily. Blast 3-0 against Harrisburg this year. The Heat now back again. That's David Cash on the offensive. Ball bounces into Vanzella's hands. William facing only 14 shots per game this year. That's the lowest in the league. 140 shots faced in 10 games.
Well, again, Harrisburg in man, so Vanzella comes out over the yellow line and pretty much handles things for the Blast.
Tried to go over the top. Boomer Stiglman makes a play. Rebound now for the Blast.
Good save by Croce there. First good chance for the Blast tonight.
Hoxie on the floor for the first time for the Blast. Keeps it alive for Obasi. He puts one into the back of that net.
Just Val, you just can't give Obasi that kind of room. Teixeira backed off of him, and Obasi took it with his right foot that time and blistered it into the corner of the net. And the Blast do score the first goal of the game.
Time of the goal, 3:04 of the first, 1-0 Blast. We'll see the replay in a moment, but Anawa Obasi in the blue uniform tonight on first responder night. I love the flag on the shoulders, by the way.
I like the uniforms. I really do.
Really like those uniforms a lot. Just noticed that. Obasi gets his 5th goal of the year, 7th point, 14th career goal for number 14.
You just can't give him that much room, and that's just an amazing finish by Obasi there.
He went far post from a deep corner. Val Teixeira on the defense, but not enough. And the Blast lead at 1-0 here in Baltimore. And for Obasi on the year, that is goal number 2 in 3 games against the Heat. He didn't play in New Year's Eve game.
Looking at the replay, Gary, I almost can't, you can't fault Teixeira that much. I mean, that's just, sometimes you just got to give credit to the other guy. An amazing finish.
Here's Pereira trying to finish with Croce.
That's a handball. Yeah, that's a handball, no question.
Mark Bailey calls it. So the Blast dominating play early. Time of the penalty here, 3:36.
This will be a shootout.
32 seconds after the first goal. Lucio, perhaps sensing this could be quite a night.
Unlike last night where, Diaz actually reached outside the box and picked the ball up, and they're like, that's all right.
So they'll set it up from the yellow line, the spot on the yellow line. Tony Donatelli will go mano a mano with Croce. All the other players, as you see backtracking, will line up on the midfield line. The ball is in play. He's got 5 seconds, Donatelli does, have 5 seconds to go one-on-one with the keeper. If the shot is missed, blocked, whatever, the penalty then kicks in, and it will be a power play, and the ball will be in play between the two teams. Again, 11:24 left on the first period clock. The Blast already leading 1-0, threatening here to go up 2. Donatelli. One touch, saved by Croce. And again, the ball in play. Donatelli is spilled by Chris Williams. Referee says play on. And that's off of Healy over the board, so it'll be a kick in for the Heat.
Big time save by Croce. He didn't run directly at Donatelli. He came like 3 or 4 steps off his line and stood his ground. Donatelli tried to pick that far side, and Croce was up to the task.
Chantel toe pokes it up ahead into the corner. Last defense, Healy getting there first for Baltimore. And a fairly easy win of the ball for the Blast. As Healy from Donatelli now, will bring it up past the yellow line. Actually, DeSantos for the Blast now from the corner. Dumping into the corner for Donatelli. And that's Obasi. Healy runs onto it. Setting up Roque. Got a little too far out in front. Met up there by George Nubasi. Blast on the power play here with Obasi, Healy, Roque, Donatelli, and Dantas.
Harrisburg with the box on the penalty kill.
1 minute left on the power play. Dantas now off the board. Oh, I thought he was going to go off the board.
Yeah,
He
good
put it
idea.
on goal.
Yeah, he didn't put it on goal. He put it across the goal mouth, looking for Donatelli for the tap in, and Crotty just got a hand on it.
Here comes Healy now again with 45 seconds left on the power play.
So many weapons for the Blast.
Blast on the power play, 3 of 5 this year. Healy broken up by Lucio. Now, nice move by Lucio. Short-handed here. They got a man. See what William does. Comes out, makes the play in front of Williams. William beat Williams.
Yeah, Blast still have some time here. 22 on the power play.
Obasi down the sideline. Cuts in up top. Roque blocked out in front by Williams.
I think that was
working
Lucio,
hard.
yeah.
And again blocked out in front. David Whitmer with the block. Ball still in play. 1 second. Penalty has been killed by Harrisburg successfully.
Nice job by the Heat. Nice work by Lucio on the penalty kill. Again, we talk about it. Doing a lot for the Heat.
Whitmer leaves a ball in the corner. Held in by Chantel. Blast fans need an apartment? Henderson Webb is your hometown property management company with over 10,000 apartments in Baltimore, Anne Arundel, and Howard counties, as well as Baltimore City. Call 410-885-4100 or visit APT Rent. That's APT Rent. Ask about the Blast Rent Special Equal Housing Opportunity. Again, that's aptrent.com. Here's Brad Kerstetter for the Heat, dumping on the outside for Whitmer. Picked up by Healy with 8:39 left to go in the first. 1-0 Blast. And the Heat have denied the Blast a goal on a power play.
And a shootout.
That's correct. Stiglman sends it in for Teixeira. Blast on the defense now in their own end.
Oh,
Very
nice
patient.
cut. Yeah.
On the out-of-town scoreboard, watching a couple games, St. Louis at Milwaukee. The Ambush are leading the Wave 1-0. Also, just getting underway, Chicago at Missouri. Dallas and Brownsville tied 1-1 in the first. Vegas and Sacramento tonight at 10:05. Blast now back again, and sliding into it was Hoxie. Couldn't control, and Crotty makes the play for the Heat.
Oh, the Blast caught the Heat in a bad change. They weren't paying attention. 2-on-1. And Hoxie came late, and Dos Santos just missed him, cutting into the box.
More pressure from the Blast, and the Blast forced the turnover. Carew Forbes sends it back to the keeper, Van Zella. Here's a chance now for Kim with Teixeira in front of him, and now Whitmer comes over for help as well. Blast Fan Club is hosting the annual awards banquet this year on Tuesday the 23rd at Columbus Gardens from 6 to 10 p.m. Ticket prices include appetizers, open bar, sit-down dinner, make your own Sunday dessert bar. Prices range from $45 for adult fan club members all the way down to $25 for fan club children, $55 for non-fan club adult members, and $35 for non-fan club children. Tickets are on sale at the Blast Fan Club tables behind section 209 and 10. Choose the player you'd like to sit with when you purchase your tickets, so early purchasers get a better chance of sitting with your favorite player. Blast suffocating defense does not allow Harrisburg to get it past midfield.
Crotty with the bizarre pass off the boards, rolled around the turn, up high on the glass, and Blast were able to run it down and make the steal.
Blast fans, if you're looking to refinance or buy a home, call Fremont Mortgage Funding. Your loan is handled here in Baltimore, not out of state. Don't make a 30-year mistake by choosing the wrong lender. Fremont Mortgage Funding is proud to back the Blast. That's why Fremont is on their uniform back. When you're ready to buy a home, Fremont will have your back. Give them a call, 1-800-955-8508 for a free analysis. Don't make a 30-year mistake by choosing the wrong lender.
A nice idea by Caltabiano. He tried to go cross field for the far post. Nice D by Harrisburg.
And again, the Blast not able to get off a shot. Look at this ball. On a line for Ortiz with the left. The rebound, no, just wide from Roque.
Roque couldn't keep it on target. Had the right idea. Had an open net. He just couldn't get it there.
Blast will start it up again.
That finish by Dantas last night on the volley was just amazing.
It really was, right out in front. It was definitely, that was a hockey goal, just a redirect.
No, I'm talking about the ball that got played on the header across. Off the volley, where he just waited and waited, measured it, and then buried it off the far post.
That was a beauty. Buffalo Wild Wings with 14 locations in Maryland. Visit them nearby in White Marsh, Owings Mills, or in Westminster. Lots of daily specials Monday through Friday, including happy hour, lunch specials, and much more. Find your nearest location at buffalowildwings.com. For over 50 years, Rosedale Roofing has proudly served the Baltimore region, making a big impact in our community. Honesty and service is what you can expect every time with Rosedale Roofing. Visit us online at rosedaleroofing.com today. And finally, the official uniform provider of the Baltimore Blast and your source for the latest in team gear and apparel is Top Tier. They outfitted the Blast tonight in these beautiful first responder uniforms. Visit us at www.toptiergear.com to learn how TTG can provide your team their own custom look, just like we did for the Blast.
Croce got a hand on that. That was well meant by Pereira to the far corner.
Here's a good ball up ahead now, broken up by Vanzella, intended for Kenny Fultz, who scored last time out for the Heat against the Blast in Baltimore. Obasi. DeSantos now on the floor, and a whistle here, and going down hard for the Blast is Mello.
Yeah, Mello fouled hard. Stiegelman with the foul.
Puts Boomer on the back of his jersey. Quick ball up ahead now for Dantas, picked up by Chantel. They'll double on him with 4:19 left in the first. Blast up 1.
It's only 1 on the scoreboard. Blast those sharp tonight.
Obasi now at the yellow line. Here's a cross. DeSantos, who spent a lot of time on the floor last night. He got nicked up a couple times. And this one off of Mello over the boards. It'll be a kick in for the Heat. And a timeout on the floor. 3:54 left in the first. We'll take a timeout and come back. Blast 1, Heat 0. Gary Stein, Paul Mittermeier back with you from the Royal Farms Arena. 3:54 left in the first. It'll be Harrisburg ball. Blast lead at 1-0 on a goal from Obasi at the 3:04 mark.
Super producer Andrew Primrose keeping track of steals tonight for the Blast. 14 steals for the Blast tonight in the first quarter.
What did you call him?
Super producer.
First time I ever
Give it a little credit.
I guess.
Hey, the guy comes up with a stat like that, you give him a little bit of credit.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good stat. 14 steals in what? 11 minutes. That's pretty good. As you said the other night, you got to pass over it. You can't play into their hands.
Yeah,
you can't
play into the defense. You got to go over top, and you got to be skilled enough to do that.
Right, and there are not a lot of teams that can do it.
Over the top or into space, and then once you do that, Gary, the only problem you have is when you're playing the Blast, you go over the top, and there's William Vanzella on the other end off his line playing balls. You know.
Yep.
You make a run. If you're a forward, you make a run all the way down the field. You bust your tail to get down there, and then you look up, and there's William Vanzella playing the ball, and he's out to his defender, and they're going the other way.
Caltabiano holds it in at the yellow line for the Blast. Brian Davis on the floor for Harrisburg, mixed up on the defense there, his first shift.
Oh, good ball.
It is for Hoxie. He'll settle. Back to midfield for Ortiz. Blast in control.
Harrisburg a little disorganized.
Trying to make a run.
Blast couldn't recognize in time.
Pereira.
Forbes was unmarked here on the near side. They didn't see him.
Now here's Pereira chasing the keeper, Crotty, up ahead for Lucio.
There you go. That's a nice job.
And now Davis. Almost into the back of the net off a Blast player. Good pressure here by the Heat. Couple of chances.
That was a nice job. Again, play the ball into space, allow Lucio to run onto it. He won a 50-50 ball, and then created a 3-on-2 opportunity.
Crotty towards midfield now. Intended for Williams, and it's picked up in midfield. So the Heat maintain possession, but they haven't crossed midfield yet. Stiglman. Crotty with Pereira chasing. Nice ball movement here by the Heat. They get it to the yellow line. Not a lot on the shot, if it was even a shot, and Vanzella makes the play.
Deflection. Came off the foot of one of the Blast players off the deflection and to Vanzella.
Less than 2 minutes now left in the first. Here's Kim trying to turn at the midfield line, does over to Obasi. The defense comes towards him. Obasi will send it back. Here's Vanzella now, 52-10 in his career. Was the MVP of the playoffs back in his first season, 12-13, and then a 2-time goalkeeper of the year. So he's had a lot of accolades early in his career. He's tied for the league lead in wins, leads the league in least goals allowed, leads the league in save percentage.
Nice ball here.
Here's Obasi now at the yellow line. Nice step in by Teixeira to deny that shot from Kim.
Again, Kim looking to go cross field to Roque back post, and nice step through there. There's a foul, and that could be 2 minutes. Yeah, that's Mello goes down hard, and this will be another penalty on Harrisburg.
Obasi will have the penalty number 31. Mello, who had just come back from injury, looks like he'll be okay. He did a spin when he hit the floor, no doubt. And he'll trot off, blast again on the power play.
Your defender clearly beaten in your own end, and you take the player down on the way to the goal. That's 2 minutes.
Time of the penalty, 13:59. 2 minutes for tripping on Nubasi. And so the Blast now on the power play, 0 for 1 here tonight. 3 for 6 on the season. Again, Donatelli, Healy, Dantas, Roque, and Obasi. The defenders are Williams, Chantel, Lucio, and Whitmer. Roque comes free in the corner. Dantas.
Oh, good save by Crotty there. Got a hand on it.
Dantas again with a one-touch.
I like Dantas in the middle here.
Ah, look at this. Healy on the hit of Roque into the back of the net. That's pretty.
Another amazing skill play by the Blast.
2-0
I
Baltimore.
tell you, these guys sometimes are so impressive with the level of skill you see. That time, that pass had some pace on it to Roque. He was able to redirect it on the header right past Crotty before he could react to give the Blast a 2-0 lead.
And it's that goal within the last minute of play at the 14:20 mark. Roque from Healy on the power play.
Look at this. A lot of pace here on this pass. Healy sees and he spots Roque on that far post. Catches Harrisburg napping, and that's a great redirect past Crotty for the goal.
We'll see it one more time. Lucas Roque, number 8, gets goal number 8.
Chantel just a little bit too far up here. Leaves too much space in the box, and Healy threads the needle.
14 points for Roque on the year. For Healy, assist number 7, point number 12, point number 209 in the career in his 159th game. 2-0 Blast. Time winding down here in the first.
That's a foul on Lucio as he pushed the Blast player to the floor.
And he's arguing to the official that his jersey was held.
That was
Ortiz.
Ortiz, yeah, playing some good D on Lucio.
Intended for Hoxie. That's too tall.
Off of Chantel, so a kick in here, Blast. 14-9 left. And maybe one last chance here.
Healy runs onto it. Nice idea off the boards. Caltabiano working hard. So is Chantel. Ortiz as well. They do get it past midfield, and that should do it here. William will control with 2 seconds, 1 second, and that is the end of the first period. Healy with a drive. 2-0 Blast as they dominate the Heat. in the first quarter and come away with the lead.
Well, nice job by the Blast. Great. One of the best first quarters we've seen.
We'll take a timeout and come back with your second quarter after this. May not look that lopsided on the scoreboard at 2-0, but that first quarter was all Blast. Paul, that shots category really tells the story.
Now, 2 goals for the Blast, 1 shot for Harrisburg. That's domination right there.
10-1 Blast outshot the Heat in the first period. Lead at 2-0. Heat take it away from the Blast, and here comes Lucio to midfield.
16 steals for the Blast in that first quarter.
That's broken up there by DeSantos. Make it 17.
Uh-oh.
Here comes Dantas. Oh, nice. Great save by Crotty. That one may have been wide, but still.
Great setup from Dantas to Donatelli there.
Pushing foul called on the Blast. Foul goes on Pereira. So 30 seconds into the second quarter, Blast still leading at 2-0. Blast lead the all-time series against the Heat 46-38. 29-15 here in Baltimore. And again, that dates back to way back, early 90s, when the Blast joined the NPSL as the Spirit.
The early 90s is way back now, huh?
That's a good point. Yeah, I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore.
No, you're right. But it's just depressing a little bit.
Don't forget the fans, the special first responders jersey being worn by the Blast tonight, being auctioned off on the stage. Care First is a proud sponsor of the Blast. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield is committed to the health of our community and especially the health of our children. That's why Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield is proud to sponsor Saves for Kids with the Blast. For every save made by a Blast goalie this season, Care First will donate $20 to Big Brothers Big Sisters on the Chesapeake. The goal is to reach $20,000 by the end of the season. Thank you to Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield for the Saves for Kids program. And Blast Soccer brought to you by DNN Signs. There's a shot taken by Roque, saved by Crotty, the official sign provider of the Blast for all your signs, vehicle wraps, wall graphics, imaging solutions. Go to dnnsigns.com to see how we may serve your signage needs.
Kim won the 50-50 header right to Roque, and Lucas he put it on target. Good save by Crotty off of the volley.
Obasi in control for the Blast, now over to Healy. Along the yellow line, here's Mello entering towards the arc. Defense rotates towards Healy.
The Blast have come out tonight, Gary, and just overwhelmed the Heat.
Heat traveled back from Syracuse. Shot taken off the glass. Crotty calls a timeout. 12:45 left. We'll take 1-2. Blast leading the Heat 2-0.
Auctioned off on the stage, so place your bid tonight. Go home with one of those great jerseys on the backs of one of your favorite Baltimore Blast players.
Original man, stop man, pon your case, man. I love how all girls are move them body. And when you move your body, wanna move it nice and sweet and sexy.
Back at you here from the Royal Farms Arena on a pretty mild night in Baltimore. Temperature tomorrow is going to be about 60 degrees. But then you say the snow's coming next week, or at least cold temperatures are coming next week.
Maybe.
We've heard that before.
You never know around here. You know, it's tough to predict. Hey, Gary, remember we talked about all the different places that are checking in on us from around the country?
Yeah, around the world.
I was talking to William Vanzella in the locker room before the game, and he said, hey, don't forget about all of our families. William, Lucas, Vinny, Adriano, Joanne, Jonathan, all their families down in Brazil watch the games down in Brazil. He said, make sure you say hi to them. Of course, David Bascom's still watching the game in Bermuda tonight.
Right.
And
our fans, Dave Copenhaver, formerly from Baltimore.
And John, all the way on the other side of the world.
So we are internationally recognized superstars. Is that what you're saying?
That is what I'm saying. And you have to wonder, too, Karu Forbes, talking about Japan, maybe, right?
Right.
Obasi. Jinho Kim from Korea. Obasi from England. You know, you got to figure somebody's watching from over there.
Yeah. Well, we certainly welcome your feedback, and we'll definitely shout you out. Is that the right term? Shout you out? Hoxie with the push on Lucio. It'll be free kick for the Heat past the yellow line. Again, the Heat had only one shot in the first. Chesapeake Employers Insurance helps keep workplaces safe because at the end of every workday, someone's waiting for your safe return. Connect with your local agent or visit us online. Saved by Vanzella.
Fans, TNN Signs is the official sign provider of the Blast. For all your signs, vehicle wraps, wall graphics.
Need a new phone system for your business? Netacom provides high-quality business phones for free with every phone line system and high-speed internet plan. Check us out at netacom.com. Pereira loses it up ahead to Lucio.
Oh, almost a bad turnover there by Crotty there as the Blast nearly made that steal. Would have been a 3-on-1.
Blast get it anyway, but at their own yellow line. Ortiz backtracks, sends it over to DeSantos. Ortiz takes a seat and Obasi checks into the game. DeSantos now sits down and Healy back in the game. Healy here on the near side. Off the boards, and that one actually hits the side of the glass by where the scorer's table is, and that is out of bounds. So it'll be a kick in Harrisburg down there. 11:22 left in the half. 2-0 Blast. Vanzella up ahead for Pereira, right on his head. Bounces it back towards midfield, picked up by Whitmer. Now Obasi chasing the keeper. Creates a steal. Obasi at the yellow line towards the goal. Ball is free. Hoxie had a chance at it, but it was kicked away by the Harrisburg defense. Healy with a nice touch there to Obasi. Oh, look at this. Got a chance inside now with Donatelli.
That's a nice cut to the box by Donatelli.
Pereira with the drive, that one wide. Dantas will win that ball. There's Pereira now with some room. Oh, nice little step over. He is slipped in the drilled in the box. No call there.
You got to call the foul. If you let him play on, but you got to call the foul.
Saved by Crotty. Coming up on the 10-minute mark here in the second. And Donatelli will play it back to the keeper. Blast getting goals in the first quarter. Obasi unassisted. Roque from Healy on the power play. There's Obasi now down the sideline. DeSantos for the Blast, playing his 93rd game tonight. Blast fans, the Embassy Suites by Hilton. There's a shot on. Dantas will run it down in the corner. Baltimore Inner Harbor is the official hotel of the Baltimore Blast. Enjoy beautifully appointed standard and suite guest accommodations, a complimentary evening reception, and a complimentary made-to-order full American breakfast buffet each morning. For reservations, call 410-727-2222 or visit us at the EmbassySuitesBaltimore.com website. And Paul, it was good for you because you stayed downtown last night and enjoyed everything. In fact, you showed me a picture of your breakfast this morning.
I crushed it. Had about 10 pounds of bacon. That last play, Dantas was upset. He felt like he got fouled up top right near the box. Instead, they called the foul on him. Yeah, but the omelet and the bacon, good stuff today.
Looked good. I had a protein bar, and you had all that.
Yeah, well, there you go.
No handball call on DeSantos there. Nothing really materializing for Harrisburg offensively here tonight. Cross field for the Blast. As Forbes leaves it for the keeper, Vanzella. Pass midfield, pokes it up ahead. Roque wide open, but backtracking is Teixeira.
Teixeira left Roque behind him, and then was able to get back and still make a play defensively once the ball got by him.
Teixeira bicycle kicks it out of there. Forbes, though, at the midfield.
Blast just squeezed it out. 3 players on one along the boards. Got to move the ball quicker than that if you're Harrisburg and get it to an open guy somewhere else on the field.
Crotty out jumping Roque for that one, so the keeper makes the play with just over 8 minutes now to play in the half. Still 2-0 Blast. Not sure who Crotty was throwing it there. Only Healy was in the vicinity. And it's a quick turnover and a foul called on Roque in the midfield.
So we're in a totally opposite area this tonight of what we saw last night from the officials. Last night, anything went. You know, I think we saw one penalty shot when Dos Santos was found in the box. Other than that, they let him play. Tonight, not so much.
Voted Baltimore's best bagels year over year, THB Bagels in Deli offers bagels and breakfast sandwiches, signature deli sandwiches, salads, and homemade spreads, in addition to catering options for businesses and private events. Check out any of their 3 locations in Towson, Timonium, or Canton, or visit TowsonHotBagels.com to order online. Also, MedStar Sports Medicine is the official medical team of the Blast. Trust the sports medicine trained doctors, physical therapists, and certified athletic trainers of the largest sports health care program in the area. That's MedStar Sports Medicine. Call 888-44-SPORT or visit medstarssportsmed.org. Towards the goal, Vanzella crawling towards the corner, makes the play. Now Teixeira gets in his way, and a foul called on Teixeira, interfering with the goalkeeper.
And William and Teixeira having some words. And Pat Healy. And the referee's got to do a better job. Just break it up. Move Teixeira off out of the box.
And that's what
You're
that's
just
what
asking
Pat's
for.
telling
You're
him.
just asking for trouble.
Good look at William there, animated.
You diffuse the situation. That's your job as an official.
Teixeira picks up the foul. Williams slings it up ahead for Hoxie. Around the turn it goes, and Crotty goes right to the corner, makes the play with less than 7:30 left in the half. Blast still nursing that 2-0 lead.
Harrisburg doing a good job of hanging around. Really haven't had much offensively, but have kept the Blast off the scoreboard here in the second quarter.
Trying to wheel around the arc is Fultz, broken up by the Blast. They have not had anything. Here's a ball now. Pereira up ahead for Forbes with the left. He shoots. Crotty with the save. Rebound. Hoxie inside and that blocked out in front.
Handball. Handball and Hoxie in the box. That's a great ball by Pereira to change direction and find Forbes cutting to the far side. Created that chance.
7 minutes, 7:01 left in the half. Crotty's come up with a couple of big saves for the Heat tonight. Trying to save it was Brad Davis. And chasing it is Williams for the Heat. Cutting inside, though, is Donatelli. Towards the box, inside, intended for Dantas. Broken up by the Heat. Oh, nice ball up ahead, and William comes way out to the yellow line and aggressively makes that play. Nice turn here by
look at
Kim.
that move.
That was the only place that Kim could go that was unmarked, and
then beats the double team along the boards.
just really working through along with Dantas. Blast still have the ball. Oh, just wide.
That would have been pretty sick if that would have went in, right?
From inside the yellow line. 6 minutes left in the half. And Dantas going to steal this one. See what he can do with it here. Got 3 guys on him. Tries to go through for Donatelli.
Harrisburg is just scrambling right now. And it's worked out for him. This is going to be a foul on Dos Santos. He clearly took down Cash that time.
Free kick for the Heat at the yellow line of Baltimore. Under 6 minutes left in the half. Lucio wanted a penalty on that. Here's Lucio now at the yellow line. Towards the goal, and that one just wide. William was not in position there. Webb Mason provides on-demand marketing solutions that helps companies deliver consistent branding across all their internal and external audience touchpoints. Their suite of software and services make Webb Mason a one-stop shop for companies' offline, online, creative, and integrated marketing needs. Blast fans, don't forget, come to the Pratt Street Ale House after the game for a post-game party tonight. Favorite players, cheerleaders, while enjoying food and drink specials just for Blast fans.
That time Vinny with everything but the finish there. He drive the ball into the middle.
Been all Blast here. They have just kept the Heat on their heels here tonight. Mello carries inside the midfield stripe to Obasi. Healy in control in the circle. Roque with Teixeira on his back. Now Whitmer covered in the corner by Healy, broken up. Here's Forbes now with the steal. Oh, nice idea. Intended for Roque. That broken up, though, by the Heat defense.
That's
over the boards.
Should be illegal procedure. It'll be a top of the arc for the Blast.
When we return, 4:32 left to go in the half. Well, I guess they're going to keep it on the floor.
Hey, wow, we got a second. One more person to say hi to. Tariq Walker, the head coach of the Blast. His wife, Rochelle, not able to be here tonight, watching us online tonight and watching the game. Want to say hi to Rochelle?
Hey, Rochelle. Enjoy the game. Husband's doing a great job in Harrisburg. 2-0 the score, though. The Blast lead it. It'll be a 3-man wall here for the Heat. Healy and DeSantos on the ball. And it's in.
Yeah.
It's in the back of the net off the restart. One of the keys to the game. Who was it, Donatelli?
That Donatelli wasn't pretty, but somehow found a way and found its way back into the back of that off of a deflection or two. We'll take a look at the replay. But Blast get their third of the game late in the second quarter.
Trying to go 10:31 of the second. Donatelli gets the goal.
That's number 7 this year against Harrisburg for Donatelli. Here you go.
That is correct, 7 of 10. And Tony now with a goal here tonight. Healy with 2 assists. Take a look.
All right, so I think Dos Santos is going to run through. Nice touch by Healy. And Donatelli off of Lucio, and skips over top of Crotty.
3-0 is the score.
Nah. Lucio stuck the leg back to block it, and it hit off his leg and into the back of the net.
8 assists for Healy on the year.
Oh, look at
He's
this
got
ball.
13
Great
points.
ball.
Here's Pereira through the box.
Nice idea. Pereira trying to go back post for Roque that time.
Somebody down for the Heat in the corner. Referee says play on.
Great play by Roque, but a better defensive play by Harrisburg there to keep it out of their net. And now a player down for the Heat in the far corner. I think, is that Chantel?
There's no way we can tell from here. There he is in the, you see the trainer far right of your screen. Looks like it may be Chantel, former Blast player.
Do you know this answer, Gary?
I'll tell you what, he didn't become the leader last night after that game.
No, not at all.
Been there all year. I believe it is Chantel with 3:55 left in the second. Coming off slowly, Blast on top of the Heat, 3-0.
Looks like he's favoring the right ankle.
I think I'm going to go with B on this one.
Yeah, I think B is a good bet.
When in doubt, go with B. Hey, he went with
there
B.
You go. Nice job.
And he gets a soccer ball for that. That's cool.
Boom.
We don't get anything.
Do you want something? I mean, what do you want?
No.
You want a soccer ball? You want to get you a soccer ball, Gary?
I just want peace and happiness. That's what we all want. Don't we?
I guess. I know some people that don't want that.
No.
Yeah. I won't say any names.
I don't want to know the people that you know that don't want that. 3:55, William plays it over to the Heat. Nice courtesy there. As Chantel leaves the field. Kerstetter out there. And a Crotty, that one broken up by the Blast in midfield. Pereira got a foot on it, and Ortiz makes the play. Now here's Forbes at the yellow line. Nice cut inside. And Teixeira was right there, so he stopped in his tracks and sends it back to midfield. Kim now on the field for the Blast. Roque will trot off. Substitution is Hoxie. Hoxie with 10 goals. Roque now with 8 goals. And Dantas, of course, with 19. Those are the 3 targets for the Blast. A total of 37 goals from those 3.
Great pass by Hoxie. Split 2 defenders to Kim. And, yeah, and Kim, great vision. Saw the player for the Blast. I think it was Roque cutting to the goal, or maybe Ortiz cutting to the goal and just couldn't quite thread the needle. But you like the vision of him being able to see that.
Kim on the free kick. Less than 3 minutes now left in the half. Obasi. Good defense there by Williams as he gets a foot in there.
I mean, you can see that Harrisburg's getting better. I mean, they've got some pieces now. They've got Lucio. Williams is a nice player. Chantel's a nice player. They just don't have the depth yet to keep up and compete with the Blast. And also, they're having trouble defensively figuring out who they're marking. They've been slow to make those and identify those defensive assignments.
Good play by Davis on the back end of the backside, I should say, of Hoxie to steal that one away, but Baltimore keeps it back in. Healy inside the box. Oh, the give and go, and he scores.
Now see, Lucio, that's frustrating if you're Coach Walker. Lucio was upset that he didn't get a foul call, and instead of keeping his legs moving and keeping himself in the play, he was complaining to the official, and Hoxie took advantage. He went down to the corner, played it off the boards to a cutting Healy for the goal.
What a night for Healy. A goal and 2 assists. It's a 3-point night. For Pat now, that is his 6th goal to go with 8 assists, 14 points.
Look at this. This is a nice job by Hoxie off the boards. And look, that's a perfect pass to Healy cutting through the box. See, here you go. You know, Lucio's talking to the official. He's not really in the play, and then Pat finishes.
Yeah, Lucio left behind at the right elbow of the box. For Hoxie, that's his first assist of the year. 10 goals, 1 assist, 11 points for Andrew in his 11th game. Time of the goal, 13:09. Blast have a power play goal, a restart goal, 2 regular play goals, 4 goals, and they lead the Heat 4-0 here with less than 2 minutes to go in the first half. Here's Pereira now for the Blast. So again, the Heat off the kickoff lose the ball almost immediately, and the Blast maintain possession. Dantas with a drive. That one just wide, and Donatelli couldn't catch up to it. And again, the Blasters come right back.
Look at Vinny getting back and making the steal in the midfield.
Nice settle by Donatelli with the left, tries to go back post. That one denied by the Heat.
A handball on Fort Bess.
With 1:15 left in the half.
Number 6, free kick, Harrisburg.
33 steals, approximately.
33 steals by the Blast in the first half. Wow. I can believe it. I mean, it's been a dominating performance for Baltimore.
Last minute of play in the half.
Less than a minute now left in the half. As DeSantos heads it back to Van Zella. Look at this, Dantas up ahead. Kim had a chance.
He forgot the ball.
Going on the keeper. And what a chest pass from Dantas.
Yeah.
He willed it over to him.
Alone on goal with only one thing, you just forgot the ball.
And that's key. Dos Santos up ahead. Look at this ball. They're just streaking past the Harrisburg defenders. Santos stepping in 20 seconds. Blast looking for one more. Here's Mello. Towards the goal, broken up out in front by Fultz. Dantas now 8 seconds. Dantas with the right foot. That one just high. 4 seconds. Back towards midfield, and that ought to do it here. 2-1. And the Blast just dominate the Heat through the first 30 minutes here at the arena, leading Harrisburg 4-0.
Going to throw the S word out there.
Well,
shutout. I mean, 4-0, dominating play in first half. William playing well. We'll see if he can shut him out for 30 more minutes.
Well, he's got 7 of them, I think, in his career. Hard to keep track of. We'll take a timeout, come back with halftime in our third quarter. 4-0 Blast over the Heat.
Every day, all across Maryland, we help employers keep workers safe from accidents and injuries. We're Chesapeake Employers Insurance Company, formerly IWIF. At Chesapeake Employers, workers' compensation insurance and workplace safety have been our mission and passion for nearly 100 years, and will be for 100 more. We help protect Maryland workers.
All right, Blast fans, the fire department in red tonight, taking on the men in blue from the police department. Should be a good one. Danny Marlowe out there officiating tonight. And we're underway. And that's a goal by the fire department. The fire department takes a 1-0 lead. First responders night here in Baltimore. Don't forget, we're having that jersey auction. Fans, you can head to the stage anytime to bid on the jerseys that are being worn by the Blast tonight. Proceeds will benefit the fire department and police charities. Here comes the fire department. Kick in police.
Are you ready?
On the fire. Pushing foul on the police. Free kick, fire department. Tripping foul on the fire department. Free kick, police. About 4.5 minutes left in the game. Kick in, fire department. Pushing foul on the fire department. Free kick. Police. Goalkeeper distribution. Fire department. Two minutes left in the game. 2 minutes. A goal by the police department. They take a 2-1 lead with about a minute and a half left to go in the game.
From the Royal Farms Arena, counting down the seconds until the third quarter begins. The Blast leading the Heat 4-0.
A spirited match between the police and the firefighters at halftime.
First responder night here in Baltimore. That's why the Blast are wearing the blue uniforms tonight to our left. And that's Harrisburg wearing the white and red to our right.
All Blast first quarter or first half. Obasi with a blistering shot into the back of the net. There's your Rosedale Roofing highlights. He gives the Blast a 1-0 lead. There's a big save by Crotty on Donatelli on the shootout after the handball call. Blast couldn't convert on that power play, but how about Pat Healy to Lucas Roque for the goal to make it 2-0 at end of one. Go to the second quarter. Blast extend their lead. They got 2 more goals in the second quarter off the restart. Little nice touch here by Healy. Donatelli off the leg of Gonzaga for the goal. 3-0 Blast. And then Pat Healy on a great ball off the boards by Andrew Hoxie. Healy finishes with a left foot and gives the Blast a 4-0 halftime lead.
Blast leading scorers, Healy with 3 points, a goal and 2 assists. Obasi with a goal, Roque with a goal, Donatelli with a goal, Hoxie with another assist for the Blast. Blast out shooting Harrisburg in the first half, 18-3. Williams been only called upon to make 2 saves. In 3 games so far this year, until tonight, Blast have outscored Harrisburg 22-6. William, 48 shots faced, 42 saves, a save percentage of .875 coming into the game, and he's 2 for 2 here tonight. So we'll see if the Heat can ratchet up some offense in the second half. But right now in this one, it's all Blast. Again, Blast out shooting Harrisburg 18-3 in the first half. On the kickoff, Harrisburg with Chantel sending it inside to Lucio, trying to move past Donatelli. That one broken up by Van Zella. And the Heat get the first shot here in the second half.
Good start to the half for William Van Zella. Nice save off of the left foot of Gonzaga.
Here comes Lucio again with Donatelli in pursuit. This one bounces off the boards. Well defended by the Blast out in front, and Van Zella makes the play. Van Zella up ahead for Pereira, and he is stripped of the ball by Williams. He shoots it. That's wide. Rebound, score! The shutout is over. Pressure from Harrisburg right away. And it is Whitmer with the goal for the Heat to cut it to 4-1.
Wow, nice job coming out of the gate by Harrisburg. They get the turnover at the yellow line. Blast give up the 3-on-1, and after the first shot missed, Whitmer with a nice finish to get Harrisburg on the board here in the second half.
The visitors, of course, don't throw anything up into the crowd. Here's the replay.
There you go. Turnover, missed shot here, but then Whitmer, well, Blast just kind of set it up on a platter for him, too. Oh.
4-1 is the score for Whitmer now on the season. That's his 3rd goal, 4th point. Time of the goal, 37 seconds of the 3rd.
It was a rough 20 seconds for Pereira there because I think he's the one that turned it over, and then he's the one that set it up.
Inside the box.
Yeah.
Dantas tried to find Kim inside. A lot of traffic there. Crotty makes the play actually on his back on the floor. Heat now with another possession. There's a whistle here. Looks like the referee
reaching in the
card.
pocket. No.
Doesn't.
Reached in the pocket and didn't pull out the card.
Maybe the card wasn't there.
He was digging. Did you see him digging in the pocket?
I did. Decided at the last minute against it, unless the card's in the other pocket. You never know.
You never know. That's true.
Can't find my card, no penalty. It'll be free kick Harrisburg, or correction, free kick Blast.
Blast outshot Harrisburg 18-3 in that first half.
Dantas now with Teixeira, tries to nutmeg him. Teixeira on the defense, and a foul called on Vinny.
Vinny couldn't go between the legs. Nice play defensively by Teixeira there. Forces Dantas to commit the foul.
Dantas has been held scoreless tonight. Again, Dantas working on a 10-game goal streak here in this season. 13 if you go back to last season. 13 consecutive games that Dantas has scored a goal. And here is Dantas now with the feed up ahead for Kim. He lifts it over the keeper, but it's wide. And now a whistle away from the ball, a player down for the Heat.
Injured Harrisburg player along the boards where the penalty box is.
And that player looks like it's Kerstetter, Brad Kerstetter, number 2. Gives us a moment to tell you about the official uniform provider of the Blast, and that's Top Tier, your source for the latest in team gear and apparel. Visit us online at toptiergear.com to learn how TTG can provide your team their own custom look, just like we did for your Baltimore Blast. And what a great look for the Blast here tonight in the blue uniforms. There you see Adriano DeSantos with the flag along the shoulders. Blast fans, take care of all your vision needs with Maryland Eye Care, proud to be an official sponsor of the Blast.
Now, they're going to give, it's not a big deal, but they're going to give the Heat a goalkeeper distribution. How in the world they can give the Heat a goalkeeper distribution when the ball was just it wasn't possessed by anyone.
Now you see Kerstetter holding on to his nose. What happened there was along the boards, I don't know who passed it, but it was off of Kerstetter's face. Rosedale Roofing, for over 50 years, has proudly served the Baltimore region, making a big impact in our community. Honesty and service is what you can expect every time with Rosedale Roofing. Visit them online at rosedaleroofing.com today. And
Ouch.
Buffalo Wild Wings, with 14 locations in Maryland. Visit them nearby in White Marsh, Owings Mills, or in Westminster. Lots of daily specials, Monday through Friday, including happy hour, lunch specials, and much more. Find your nearest location at buffalowildwings.com. Stop out for their Monday night best seat in the house football promotion to win great prizes.
I was going to say, Gary, ouch.
Ouch for Kerstetter.
Yeah, that hurts.
Vanzella towards midfield in a 4-1 game. Broken up by Chantel. And now one back by the Blast for Bess here on the near side of the yellow line. Blast not in uniform tonight is Uzi Tayu, missed this weekend. Did not play last night against the Detroit Waza Flow, and neither tonight against the Harrisburg Heat. Also out Levi Wapu, who's missed a couple of games with that ankle injury. Hopefully we'll be back next week. This is the last Blast home game for quite a while. Blast will not be home until 2/19. That's February 19th when they take on the Missouri Comets at the arena.
5-week road trip.
Yeah, they'll be at Syracuse, at St. Louis, at Missouri, back-to-back games. That'll be a tough trip. At Detroit and at Chicago. Nice ball. Ortiz. Oh, Crotty comes up and makes a play at the corner of the box. Held in by the Blast. No call as Forbes goes down off of a play from Stiglman.
Forbes got fouled, but the Blast won the ball, so they just wrote it a play on.
Caltabiano now for the Blast. Left foot's up ahead, intended for Hoxie. Broken up by Chantel. Here's Lucio now, double teamed. Lucio going to backtrack to his goalkeeper, Crotty. Healy tried to get ahead on it. That one deflected away.
Oh, look at Obasi, nice step in there defensively.
Obasi beating Kerstetter, actually Fultz to the ball. And now Lucio will collect it back to his keeper. 11:45 left in the third. The shutout has been broken by Harrisburg here early in the third. Whitmer, so 4-1, Blast lead it. Here's Crotty now on a run, past Hoxie, inside the midfield stripe. And 50-50 ball. Blast going to try to get that one out, and it's over the boards off the Blast. It'll be a kick in Harrisburg on the far side. The Heat have not won a game this year. They're 0-9.
They've been close.
They have. They were 2-18 last year, so 2-27 over the course of a year and a half. But they are closer this year. On the out-of-town scoreboard in the fourth quarter, Milwaukee leading at home against St. Louis 4-3.
Now a 2-minute penalty on Harrisburg as they take Obasi down after the play. The referees have seen enough. That's about the third or fourth time the Blast has gone down after the play, and they finally show the blue card.
Mark Bailey goes over and discusses with Rich Barnes. Just underway, first quarter now, Chicago at Missouri. That's a good battle. The Mustangs, Chicago, in second place, one game behind Missouri. The penalty on Nobasi, that's his second penalty of the night. Time of the penalty is 3:39 of the third. In the fourth, Dallas leading Brownsville 4-3. Later tonight, Las Vegas will be at Sacramento. Another power play for the Blast. Blast are 1 for 2 on the power play tonight.
1 for 2. Healy with the great feed for Roquet and the header for that first power play goal. Harrisburg going to pressure now, bring their box way out into the midfield. And it works.
That power play goal, by the way, was preceded by a shootout between Donatelli and Crotty.
Nope, that was the
that was the first
different
one.
power play, yeah.
And that was a good save by Crotty. 4-1 Blast. 1:20 on the power play. Here's Roquet inside, broken up by Crotty. Well done. Power players for the Blast are Healy, Obasi, Pereira, Dantas, and Roquet. There's Pereira now in the corner. Nice ball for Roque, intended for Dantas, broken up by Lucio. Lucio on the penalty kill along with Kerstetter now, coming off the bench. Kerstetter in the box, just missing a cutting Lucio. Roque gets over to it with less than a minute now to go on the power play.
A good counter that time by the Heat, but Lucio has to come off now. Second unit, or a part of a second unit on now.
So Pereira replacing Donatelli on the power play here for Baltimore. Obasi to the left, carries it into the corner, off the boards, in the box, who can get there? Roque, but it's kicked away. Vanzella to midfield with 25 seconds on the power play.
And this one hasn't been crisp.
And Healy says, go back.
Yeah, William wants to play. He wants to go 6-on-4.
Obasi cuts it. Pereira, the drive. Rebound, shot blocked out by Williams. Rebound to Pereira.
Still time left for the blast.
Pereira back to Healy. 5 seconds on the power play. Pereira at the arc. The penalty has been killed. Let's see if player can get in. It's Nubasi.
Oh,
Pereira
no.
keeps it alive. Roque with the drive, and Crotty covering up on the near post.
Blast almost benefited there on a tricky bounce. Harrisburg thought they had killed it, and they all started headed upfield, and then Roque was one-on-one with the keeper.
Look at this. Roque heads it
That's
back
foul.
towards Pereira. Foul on Lucio. The score remains 4-1 with 9 minutes now to go in the third. This will give the Blast good position here on the restart.
This is kind of like a top-of-the-arc restart.
That is true.
Just about a foot behind it.
They'll have to go with the three-man wall, although there's a space in there.
And they're not even close to being where they should be.
No.
And they should be back at the white line, right?
Well, a little in front of the white line, like a step in front.
Oh, right, because it's not top of the arc, right.
I'm not even sure that's where they should be.
Timeout
Timeout call by the Blast with 9 minutes to go in the third. We'll take a quick one here as well. Blast leading the Heat 4-1 in the third. Back at you here with the restart for Baltimore, just outside top of the arc. With 6 minutes gone here in the third, Healy on it. The Heat have killed a power play here in the third quarter and scored. Not on the power play, but
nice.
Regular goal. Pereira, great save. Crotty, rebound, couldn't control
Pereira,
it.
Yeah, handball on Pereira. That's a great save by Crotty. He's played extremely well tonight.
Yeah, he has kept them in the game, no doubt. Just faces, again, we talk about this all the time. He faces so many shots.
Well, it's about the grind. The culmination of so many eventually starts to wear you down.
That's it. Meanwhile, William facing only 14 per game this year. 140 shots faced coming in 10 games. He's only faced 4 shots here tonight. Ortiz now for the Blast in the midfield circle. Here's a run. He's got some room. Kim now up ahead, broken up by Lucio, and a foul called on Kim on the return.
That's a good foul by Kim. You don't want Lucio off to the races. You take that foul. And then Harrisburg turns it right over.
Ortiz. That one broken up by Lucio into the scorer's area.
Blasts have not been as crisp here in the second half as we saw in that first half.
Into the corner for Dantas, who's been held off the scoreboard tonight. Again, Vinny has scored a goal in every game this year. 10 games, 19 goals, 13 games consecutive in the last 2 years. Forbes keeps it alive for Baltimore. Back to Ortiz, now back to the keeper at the yellow line. 7:45 left to go in the third. Dantas towards the goal, flicks it over Chantel. Saved by Crotty. Blast will pressure now inside the yellow line, but they go over it. But give it up quickly. William towards midfield, finding a cutting Mello. Onto the foot of Dos Santos. Off the bench now, Hoxie with Chantel right there. Good ball in the corner for Caltabiano. Could not control it. And a screen put up by Kerstetter allows Crotty to make the play.
Gaetan had the ball go over his foot. That's a handball, no call.
No call. Mello tried to slip by Stiglman. For Bess, the cross for Dos Santos. He's got to hurry. Oh, nice run. That one broken up along the boards by Stiglman. Williams with a foot on it. Kerstetter back in the game. And now Davis and Forbes at the yellow line, and that'll be a foul on Harrisburg. Blast still holding on to that 4-1 lead.
It's another giveaway by the Blast. Not used to seeing them just give the ball away.
Teixeira on a run down the side from Lucio. And the ball won back for the Blast by Mello. Mello missed the first 8 games of the year. Has yet to score a point. He was one of the rookies last year. It really shined for the Blast. Here's a chance now. And it's just wide on a drive from Pereira. And now Hoxie goes down.
I think he got kicked in the leg. He's in some pain.
There he is, Andrew Hoxie, acquired from Wichita in the offseason.
That hurts. He's trying to walk it off, but I think he got kicked right in the shin.
Best mustache on the team. Maybe in the league.
Maybe.
No doubt. Looks like he'll be okay. 10 goals and an assist tonight. So 11 points overall. It'll be a free kick for the Blast with 5:45 left in the third. As Hoxie walks it off. Healy on the ball with 3 points tonight, a goal and 2 assists. Tries to slip it through for Pereira, broken up by Chantel and Crotty. Sidearms it up ahead. Davis on a run in the corner. Blast defense is there, broken up by Obasi. He's not going to lose many of those battles.
No.
And now he's got some real estate in front of him here down the side. Step over.
Well, Williams was having none of that. He just stood his ground. And then once Obasi finished, he challenged him.
Crotty heads it back towards midfield from Vanzella. You know, one of the underrated parts of Vanzella's game is his offense. He doesn't really show it all that much, but he's got a career-high 3 assists this year. In the back of the net. And the Heat are right back in the game.
Another takeaway at the yellow line. That's the second time the Blast had given the ball away at their yellow line, and a second goal for Harrisburg, as the Blast not strong enough to hold the ball on the outlet, and the Heat make them pay back-to-back. One to start the quarter now with 4:44 left. A second one here. And all of a sudden, it's a 4-2 Blast lead.
Time of the goal, 10:16 of the third. We'll get you the goal score in a moment. But again, it's off a turnover. And the Heat have trimmed the margin now to 4-2. Here's the replay. It's Davis starting it off.
Great feed.
Oh, I think it's Whitmer, maybe.
Yeah, it looks like Whitmer.
Yep, back post with the left. It is Whitmer.
It has been an ugly third quarter for the Blast.
So Whitmer, who came in tonight with 2 goals, has 2 goals now in 10 minutes. He's got 4 for the season, and the score is 4-2 Blast. And Danny Kelly cannot be happy on the sideline or on the bench. Now here they come on another run. This is Williams down the side with DeSantos there. And you can tell that Harrisburg's got a little bit more pep. That's a spirited battle in the corner. Ball is still loose, and he score! It came free in a rocket with the left foot. I think it's from Williams.
It's Williams, yes, sir.
And it's 4-3.
So just like that, Harrisburg has struck 3 times in the third quarter.
The crowd is
stunned.
Timeout on the floor. We'll come back. Actually, let's watch it here real quick. Let's watch this. Williams just
blistering shot.
Mashes it in there. Again, ball comes free. And that is unassisted. Timeout on the floor with the Blast leading it 4-3. So a stunned crowd here at the arena as the Heat have scored 3 consecutive goals, the last 2 in 48 seconds. Paul, it's the first time all year that an opponent has scored 3 in a row against the Blast. The Blast had given up 2 in a row 4 times this year, but never 3.
Give some credit to the Heat. Came out of that locker room in the first half, or in the second half, I should say, from that first half, and have taken care of the ball, haven't turned it over as much, and have taken advantage of opportunities and got back into this game.
Great stat from Andrew Primrose, our producer. The Blast created 35 turnovers in the first half. That's an average of 17.5 in each period. But here in the third, the Blast have only created 6 with 3:28 left in the third. It's good work, bud. Around the turn, well defended by the Blast. Manzella with a toss up ahead for Ortiz, works by his man, Chantel. Then he'll slow it up inside the arc and come back towards midfield. So again, 3 consecutive goals for the Heat as they have trimmed the deficit from 4-0 to 1. 4-3 is the score. Whitmer with 2 and Chris Williams with a bullet from inside the box. Blast trying to stem the tide, work the clock, and score a goal. Here's Kim now with 2:40 left in the third. That's taken away.
Good help by Hoxie here, and he gets taken down.
Foul called on Kerstetter. It'll be a free kick for the Blast inside the arc in the corner. So nothing on the board from Hoxie tonight. In fact, the Blast forwards, only Roque, 1 out of 3, has scored. Nothing for Dantas, nothing for Hoxie. The 2 of them had 29 goals in 10 games coming in. Up top to Santos, he lifts it over the glass. It'll be a goalkeeper distribution for Crotty with 2:33 on the clock.
Question now is, can Harrisburg find the equalizer?
Spent a lot of energy getting in position. Now here they come. And it's just wide.
Just that close.
Score remains at 4-3.
Venzel that time really caught in no man's land. Didn't know whether to come out and make the play. Decided at the last second to stay back. And Harrisburg just couldn't finish.
The equalizer was almost put in by Stiglman.
Nobody marking Roque.
Lucas, bicycle kick, just high. Set that one up beautifully. Now Lucas with another chance, tries to lift it over to Shera. Caltabiano will run it down. A couple good chances here for the Blast. 4 best now.
Would have been a spectacular goal by Lucas.
And we've seen it before in championship action, no less. Coming up on the 1:30 mark. Oh, this is Rocky. Gotcha.
Yeah, Gary, this is the Rocky song.
Yeah, you'll never let me live it down. 1:30 left. Ah, nice save by Crotty on a bullet by Obasi. Pereira with a foot on it. Blast will have another chance now.
I thought Davis, not a good play. He went back into his own end instead of clearing the ball.
Obasi now trying to get inside a man. Broken up and a foul called. This one will be on Nubasi. There's a replay. Oh, that's on the Roque.
Oh, just over the bar.
Nice settle with the chest, and then that set him up for the bicycle. 1:06 left in the third. He'd have stunned the Blast here. That one high and wide.
Did that hit the corner of the post?
May have.
Last minute of play in the corner.
Difference in the game right now, well, Blast still lead, but it's Scott Crotty who has kept Harrisburg in this game. Dantas struggling in the corner with Davis. Oh, nice ball. And again, that one blocked by Teixeira's face.
Oh, tried for far post for Pereira. And let's see here, just a foul.
Just a foul with 26.8 left. Blasts are flying all over the place. That's Pereira who went down, and now Teixeira.
Yeah, Teixeira's down too.
That was from the face. He took it in the face. Kerstetter before him with a busted nose, and now Teixeira suffering a similar fate.
Val's going to come off, get some attention.
Val's a big guy.
Blast will have a restart along the far boards with 26.8 left.
Blast talking it over by their bench. As Blast going to make a change here, it looks like. Ortiz will come off. And Healy discussing strategy, you see in the far right corner, upper right of your screen with Pereira. All right, there's the whistle. Play will be back in. Healy leaves it back for DeSantos.
That's Obasi.
Obasi. Here's a cross, Pereira. There's DeSantos. He kicks it into a crowd, and that one blocked. Now Lucio the other way. DeSantos, though, backtracks, and that may do it here in the third. 3 seconds. William will wind up, sending it in. Chantel out jumps Dantas, and again, the Heat stunned the Blast here in the third, scoring 3 straight goals. They trail by 1 after 3. 4-3 Blast. Back for our fourth quarter after this.
Baseball and my family seem to go hand in hand.
seem natural. Seems to be built into everything I do. I'm hardwired into MedStar Sports Medicine the same way. I pick up the phone, I call them, I go. They're the sports medicine experts. I trust them.
Shots on goal in tonight's third quarter, Harrisburg 4 and the Blast 10. Once again, shots on goal in tonight's third quarter, Harrisburg 4 and the Blast 10. Right now, we direct your attention to the midfield area. They are the most beautiful girls in the MASL. Please welcome your Baltimore Blast cheerleaders. Blast fans, give it up for your Baltimore Blast cheerleaders.
Before time runs out.
Gary Stein, Paul Mittermeyer back with you. Beginning of the fourth quarter, Blast Soccer brought to you by Advanced Radiology, proud to be the official medical imaging provider of the Blast. When you need fast, accurate results, trust a team of experts at Advanced Radiology. Visit advancedradiology.com for a location near you. Also, if you're looking to refinance or buy a home, call Fremont Mortgage Funding. Your loan is handled here in Baltimore, not out of state. Don't make a third-year mistake by choosing the wrong lender. Fremont Mortgage Funding is proud to back the Blast. That's why they're on the uniform back.
Well, I guess that's the end of the quarter. That's the fastest fourth quarter we've ever had here at the arena.
And the ball game's over. Back to the read. Fremont Mortgage Funding is proud to back the Blast, and that's why Fremont is on their uniform back. When you're ready to buy or refinance your home, Fremont is ready to back you too. Call 800-955-8508. That's 800-955-8508 for a free analysis. Don't make a 30-year mistake by choosing the wrong lender. Chesapeake Employers Insurance is Maryland's largest writer for workers' comp insurance. For a business coverage quote, connect with your local agent today.
I think they put 15 seconds on the clock instead of 15 minutes.
Now the clock's winding down and we're not even playing. Oh, because they're going to put it somewhere. Let's see. Blast fans, are you frustrated at work by slow computers or system crashes? If so, Netacom's computer and network support can help. Netacom provides flat-rated service plans for businesses just like yours. Put Netacom on your team's roster. Check us out at netacom.com.
The Blast did have possession, so they're going to give the Blast possession and run 25 seconds off the clock. Blast out shooting Harrisburg 28-7, but it's 4-3 on the scoreboard.
Outshot him in the third, 10-4. So Harrisburg with 4 shots in the third, and they converted on 3.
And Dantas has had trouble getting on track tonight.
Hoxie as well. Stolen away by Lucio.
Good step in by Ortiz.
And nice ball control by Ortiz. Oh, they do a good job of coming back. It's 2-on-1.
Oh,
wow.
Great
Healy.
play by Healy defensively that time.
Even leaving his feet and making the play. Now Healy working hard with Kerstetter. And no foul called there either. Teixeira stepping in front, kicking it over the boards. It'll be kick in Blast.
Right into the Blast penalty box.
13:40 left. Blast nursing a 1-goal lead. 4-3 is the score. Blast scored 2 in the first. Obasi and Roque on a power play. 2 in the second. Donatelli on a restart. Healy from Hoxie. But then the third quarter was all Harrisburg on the scoreboard. Whitmer twice, once from Davis, and then Williams inside after a turnover. There's a drive, and William had to be alert, or I should say Crotty had to be alert there from Hoxie. Oh, Pereira, nice move. He's got some room. Pereira.
Well, he was going to cross it, didn't have it. He probably should have took a shot, and then never really got any good look at the goal.
Now Mello takes a shot, that one wide. Hoxie tries for the rebound, but it's easily played by Crotty.
Maybe one of our keys of the game should have been for the Blast to finish their chances because they just haven't done it tonight.
Mello again for the Blast now. Less than 13 to go in the game. DeSantos in the circle. Good reversal here is Cartabiano. Caltabiano spilled, no call. Here's Obasi. Hoxie in the target. Blast running some time.
Blast in unfamiliar territory, not used to being in a game with, 12 minutes left here at the arena.
That's definitely true. Here's William over the top now, setting up a man. 2 headers, that one just high from Hoxie. Wide of the mark, rebound Kim, that one wide.
Great ball by Coltaviano, and he just couldn't finish. Harrisburg's been on the field a long time now. Blast able to get a change.
There's a ball in the corner now for Hoxie. Less than 12 left to go. Healy will come back for the Blast. Back to
Harrisburg,
William.
but Harrisburg able to get off and get some new guys on.
Yep. Totally changed their 5. Blast have basically held the ball since the 13-minute mark. They've had it for about a minute and a half. Ortiz on a run with Kerstetter there. He slams him into the boards. No call.
That's been allowed tonight on both sides.
Now here breaking away now is the Heat, but broken up by
bad
DeSantos.
pass.
Intended for Davis. Oh, DeSantos can't control it, but coming back is Obasi. And they're going to pressure with Nobusi.
A good step in there by Roque to keep it alive. Oh, no. Miscommunication, and finally Crotty wins it.
DeSantos wins it back.
That was almost a disaster for Harrisburg.
10:30 left to go. Blast now nursing a 4-3 lead. Chantel with DeSantos in the corner. Oh, nice
Good
ball,
win.
Kim. Keeps it alive for the Blast.
Warren Healy and Andrew Cook, please report to the auction table as soon as possible.
Here's Mello now looking ahead. Blast doing a good job of maintaining possession as they always do. Clock reads 10 minutes now, under 10. Oh,
another
Crotty
great
with
save.
another save on a bullet from Dantas. Lucio didn't know where it was. Mello, however, did. Blast won't be home for another 40 days. They want to leave a victory in the taste of their, for the taste for their fans, let alone for themselves. Here's Pereira with a nice ball. Back post, and it's just a misconnection there.
Third or fourth time where the Blast has tried to go back post, and Harrisburg has just gotten a piece of the ball to knock it away.
Caltabiano on the receiving end, coming up on 9 minutes left in the game. It's been all Blast here, possession-wise, in the fourth. The only thing the Blast haven't done in the fourth is score. Obasi, good ball. Caltabiano, the return. Dantas scores!
Oh.
And the streak is alive!
Not even fair. Oh, my.
Looked like what he did last night.
What a pass by Caltabiano, but what a finish by Vinny. What a big goal for the Blast. It's 5-3.
Time of the goal, 6:05 of the fourth. And for Dantas, number 20 on the year in game number 11. That's a Redskin fan that's happy. Well, we'll see what happens tomorrow night. But it is a big goal for the Blast, and they have a cushion now, leading 5-3. The goal scoring streak now is 14 games over 2 years. And Caltabiano gets the assist, registering his first indoor point.
A great feed by Caltabiano.
5-3 the score now. The Blast in possession. Blast have basically been in possession since the 13-minute mark here of the fourth. Here's DeSantos towards the goal. Crotty with a save. Rebound just high. What pressure from the Blast. And a whistle as, who is it, Hoxie in the box. Here's a replay.
Here, watch a little, no, look at the chest and the finish in the corner as Crotty had no chance that time. Great ball from Caltabiano.
So Vinny Dantas now for the year, 20 goals, 9 assists, 29 points. He came in third in goals, 8th in points, tied for 15th in assists this year. Crotty throws up a high arcer. Not a great throw.
Did it go out? I don't think it went out.
They're saying kick in Harrisburg, 8:20 left.
I don't think that ball left the field of play. I could hit the boards, went up, hit the boards again, came out.
Lucio trying to slip by. DeSantos.
Oh.
Gonzella had to be alert there.
Nice chance. Good save by William.
Well, Oxy chests it. He gets it in the chest from Chantel.
Kicked in the chest by Chantel. Tough night for Andrew.
Here's Williams, scored one of the goals for the Heat. Here's Lucio. He winds up. That one high. Oxy trying to get by Chantel. Got to take the ball with him. Cross for Ortiz now. 7:40 left. Blast by 2.
Blast content now with a 2-goal lead. They'll force Harrisburg to chase. And they'll do what they do best, possess the ball.
Harrisburg has scored only 31 goals in 9 games. That's about 3.4 per game. It's the least of any team in the league.
Oh. Couldn't get the ball deep as Harrisburg cheated and they won.
Healy now breaks that one up, and he's fouled on the way back.
Pereira was open along the boards on the goal line, and Healy couldn't get it to him.
7:11 left in the game. Blast by 2. Pereira, Obasi, and Dantas from last year. And Mello, for that matter. The 4 rookies, now they're second-year players, and now the rookie class this year.
Foul here on Obasi, away from the play on Teixeira. Teixeira lobbying for a 2-minute call.
A couple of finals for you on the MASL out-of-town scoreboard. Milwaukee has beaten St. Louis 5-3. Dallas over Brownsville 5-3. At the half, Chicago leading the Missouri Comets in Missouri. 3-0 is the score, and the Mustangs are hot. Here's Pereira down the sideline. Later tonight, Vegas is at Sacramento. So if Chicago can hold on, they would be tied with Missouri for first in the Central. And now Healy goes down. It'll be a foul called on Teixeira. Both teams, Missouri and Chicago, with only 2 losses. The Comets are 11-2, and the Mustangs are 9-2. Milwaukee that won tonight is now 9-5.
And one of those losses for Chicago at the hands of the Blast.
Right, in the opener. Blast will see Chicago later this year. They'll be at Chicago to take on the Mustangs on the 14th of February for a matinee, 3:05.
Oh,
Oh, Crotty, is it in? No. Roque lined it up. Crotty was equal to the task. The score is still 5-3.
Not sure.
Now Lucio.
Couldn't even tell from this far away.
Fultz, and covering up on the near post is Vanzella. Up ahead for DeSantos, and he goes one-on-one with the keeper. The angle, tries to lift it past Crotty, and Scott is there to make a play.
Chantel gambled and lost there. They wanted a handball on Crotty. It looked like it was out of the box. No call.
Now Davis has the ball stripped away.
Now things getting a little chippy.
Good play by Pereira. 5:10 left to go. Obasi with Davis. William up the middle for Ortiz. He's got some options. Here's Healy on the far side. Less than 5 minutes now to go in a 5-3 game. Goalkeeper distribution and a timeout on the floor. We'll take it with 4:50 left to play. Back at you from the arena with 4:50 left in the game. The Blast leading the Heat 5-3. This is a lot tougher, I think, than the Blast expected. Certainly a lot tougher than Blast fans expected. But as Andrew Primrose, our producer, points out, it wouldn't be unprecedented for an undefeated team to lose to a team that has not won this year. Remember, St. Louis went to Missouri and beat the Comets when St. Louis hadn't won yet and Missouri hadn't lost. Foul called
on the Blast.
Ortiz gets called for the hold.
Looks like, well, Harrisburg trying to decide whether to go sixth attacker or not, and they will.
So their keeper is out. Whitmer, who's got 2 goals tonight, so they go sixth attacker, trailing by 2 with 4:30 left to play. Last night, I think it was DeSantos that scored an empty netter late for the Blast. Teixeira up ahead for Williams. And Lucio couldn't collect that one. Whitmer, oh, this one taken away. Dantas, if he can get free of Whitmer, pokes it just wide. And a foul call.
2 minutes. 2 minutes on Whitmer for holding. Now we're going to see if he's going to give him a shootout here because he's the last man to the goal. And Dantas has to be frustrated with himself for not finishing that.
Time of the penalty, 10:51. Whitmer with the sixth attacker jersey will come out. Crotty now will come in.
This has to be a shootout.
It looks like the official is going to put the ball down right at the spot on the yellow line. I'm sure Vinny will take it. Let's see if he can convert here and get himself another multi-goal game.
Harrisburg penalty to number 8, Tyler Whitmer. 2 minutes for holding.
Vinny had 4 last night. He's got 6 in the last 2 games, now 7 in the last 3.
2 minutes for holding. Time of that penalty,
51. The Blast have been awarded a shootout attempt. With the shootout attempt for the Blast, number 28, Vinny Dantas.
Dantas has 6 multi-goal games this year out of 10. A goal here would give him 7 of 11. Dantas one-on-one with Crotty in the box. The penalty box is Whitmer, the 6th attacker. Dantas rolls it. Blocked by
Another good
Crotty.
save, yes.
So Crotty 2 for 2 now on the shootouts.
Parries it over. The good news for Harrisburg is the save. The bad news is now there's a 2-minute power play.
Blast have converted on special teams tonight, a power play goal and a restart goal. Corner kick here for Baltimore. Blast have time on their side, leading by 2 with 4 minutes left and 1:50 on the power play.
A perfect world is to run about 1:30 off the clock and then score.
Well, that would be a killer. Inside the yellow line for Obasi, broken up by Crotty.
Pretty clear, you're not going to score on Crotty from 30, 40 feet. He's going to make that save every time.
1:20 on the power play. Healy will head back towards the Harrisburg goal. 3:20 on the game clock. Middle now for Roque, back to Healy. Healy with a goal and 2 assists tonight. Blast very patient here with 45 seconds on the power play. Here's Dantas towards the goal, off the boards. Kick back towards midfield. Healy will track it. 40 seconds on the power play, 2:45 on the game clock. Obasi now towards the goal, blocked by Crotty. Ball still in play for Baltimore. Healy, 25 on the power play. And I don't believe Crotty got a hand on that. It will be a goalkeeper distribution.
So nice job by the Heat. He've done well against the Blast power play tonight.
23 seconds left on the power play. So if they can defend this, they'll still have 2 minutes with which they can try to come back.
Try to tie, yeah.
Off the boards, Dantas
Oh.
slips by Williams. That's played nicely. Here's Dantas. Can anybody catch him? Dantas all the way. In the box. Oh, look at this. Back post. It's all Dantas. He'll get the assist and gives the Blast basically the win. Roque gets the goal.
Even strength. Penalty had expired. Wow. What a play by Dantas. It all started in his own end, where I think he made the little juke move. I think that was Teixeira he left behind with the juke. And then he just turned the afterburners on, ran by Nubasi, and then on a 2-on-1, here you go. Watch this little slick move here. Actually, who is that? That's
I think it's Williams.
Williams that he left behind in the dust. And he just smokes his way down the field. Now watch this pass to the far post, and Roque taps it in. Oh, what a play by Dantas. Wow.
A goal and an assist for Vinny in the 4th when the Blast needed it the most, Paul, just like last night. When they needed it the most in the 3rd quarter after Ney had cut the lead to 3-2, it was Dantas who scored 3 goals in a row. Tonight, nursing a 4-3 lead, Dantas gets a goal to start the 4th and a beautiful assist to Roque, and that should do it. 6-3 Blast now with less than 2 minutes to go.
That's just a special play right there. It really is. There's not too many players that can do that.
So Dantas, through the first 11 games of the year, 20 goals, 10 assists, 30 points. Roque with 2 goals tonight. He's got 9 for the year, 15 points. Time of the goal, 12:52. Blast lead 6-3. Corner upcoming for the Heat.
Timeout.
They'll call a timeout, is right. We'll take it 2 with 1:42 left. Blast 6, Heat 3. Last 1 minute, 42 seconds left in the game.
Well, fans doing the YMCA.
Fans much more confident now of a Blast win than they were 15 minutes ago.
It was a little quiet in here in the third quarter, wasn't it?
It was like, yeah. Pretty quiet indeed. Teixeira will be on the corner, right through, and it's in. A screen, Lucio, and look at Lucio.
There he goes.
He's going up. Kiss the wife goal, even in a visitor's uniform.
Kiss the baby and the wife. Double.
It's a double. Well, because it was a restart situation, so you can get the double on the restart. You got to know the rules, Paul. Lucio with the kiss the wife goal in enemy territory, as it were. 6-4 is the score.
You know, in here he's got to run a lot further than he does in Harrisburg.
Why, is she in the front row?
She's like right down in the third or fourth row up in Harrisburg.
Lucio from Teixeira. Time of the goal, 13:21. 6-4 is the score. Wow, the Blast have given up 4. When was the last time the Blast gave up 4?
Opening night, maybe? Opening night against Chicago, right?
Well, they gave up 5
San
against
Diego.
San Diego.
San Diego, yeah.
And opening night against Chicago, so only the third time this year, 4 or more. Well, it's not over yet.
Yeah,
1:30 to go.
1:27 left, Gary. Plenty of time for Harrisburg here.
Obasi steps in.
Nice ball.
Forbes finding DeSantos in the corner. They quickly double down on him. Rolls out around the turn, and now look at Dantas not giving up. Keeping that one alive, and the Blast will have it. So Dantas creates the turnover there for Baltimore with 1 minute to go. 6-4 Blast, a hard-earned win. The Heat played well in the second half. Here's Healy. And he turns away.
Bunch of tired guys out there right now for Harrisburg, too, having to chase.
Dantas keeps it alive. Here's Obasi now on the flank with 32 seconds left. Lucio will send it back to the keeper. Blast will, barring a miracle here, go to 11-0 for the second straight year. Oh, look at this. Healy up ahead. Dantas just wide, or he would have had 3.
Now 2. He had the assist.
Oh, he had the assist. That's right. Obasi now. Crotein right there. Blast are relentless. Teixeira with a bicycle kick, and that ought to do it here. It's still in play. 6 seconds to go. William will have it.
3, 2, 1.
Hard-earned win. Gutsy performance by the Heat. But the Blast were equal to the task. Dominant in the first half, both on the scoreboard and the shot board. And ultimately, too much for Harrisburg.
Harrisburg outscores the Blast 4-2 in the second half, but Blast too much tonight. Good, hard-fought effort by the Heat, but they fall just shy. Dantas, again, a key contributor in that fourth quarter, a goal and an assist. And Harrisburg, give them credit, though. They came in here on a back-to-back situation, coming off of a home game last night, come to play on the road against Baltimore, and they play tough, and they fall 6-4.
52 steals for the Blast in this game. And the Blast basically imposing their will on Harrisburg definitely in the first half. Our Pepsi player of the game, this is a tough call because you had so many parts to this game. The first half was distinctly different than the second half. Dantas certainly controlled in the fourth quarter. But the hero really in this game, you got to give it to Pat Healy with a goal and 2 assists, all of them coming in the first half when Baltimore led 4-0 at the half.
Blast outshot Harrisburg 39-10 tonight.
Wow. Pepsi player of the game coming up.
Oh, Pat Healy, this is a great assist if we can see it. Great assist for Healy. Here we go. He sees Chantel, and we didn't see that, but Roque with the header, then the assist for Donatelli on the goal off the restart, and then a great goal here. Hoxie off the boards, the left-footed finish for Healy. And he gets the goal, 2 assists, and the Pepsi player of the game.
So Pat Healy, third leading shot blocker in the league, getting 3 points on the offensive here tonight. Pat for the career now in his 159th game, 211 points. And he is our Pepsi player of the game. I'd probably give Dantas star number 2.
Yeah, the second star of the game, yeah.
Let's get to the save of the game. Let's see what Williams got for us tonight. Not tested much in the first half, was tested in the third quarter. And William now 11-0. He's been the Iron Man. He's played all 60 minutes of all 11 games. But his goals against is going to skyrocket tonight. It'll go from like 2-4 to 2-5. Gives up 4 for only the third time this year. Well, we'll just look at the cheerleaders for a while until we get Williams' save. But here's the story, though. The Blast are not home now for a long, long time. Paul, we're going to have to file for unemployment for like 4 weeks.
5 weeks.
Yeah,
5 weeks. Here you go. Big save. That's a nice job to get the hand on it there. Watch, this goes through the legs of Forbes, and then Manzella has to get the hand on it, or it goes into the corner of the net. So nice job there by William. Good fundamental goalkeeping there to make the save of the game for the Blast.
So from tonight now, it's the 9th of January. We've got 22 more days, and then 19th. Blast are not home for 41 days. They'll be off next week, and then the week of the 24th, they're at Syracuse. Last game in January will be at St. Louis at Missouri, the 30th and the 31st. Then off a week. That's Super Bowl week, by the way. Back in action in Detroit on the 12th of February. And then on a Sunday in Chicago at 3:05 on the 14th. Blast are not home till the following Friday night against Missouri on the 19th. It's a weekend for the Blast. Missouri on the 19th, Harrisburg on the 21st. It's 5 in a row on the road for a team that's undefeated.
Yeah, and Gary, so a bye week. They play back-to-back here to get a bye, get off next week before they head to Syracuse on the 24th. Good win for the Blast tonight. Wasn't pretty. I thought they played maybe one of their best halves in the first half.
Yeah.
And then they struggled in that third quarter, let Harrisburg back in the game. But when the game was on the line, it was Vinny Dantas coming through for the Blast in that fourth quarter to get the win.
Dantas with a goal and an assist in the fourth. Pat Healy with a goal and 2 assists in the first half. William Vanzella was good in goal again tonight. Blast out shooting Harrisburg 39-10 for the game and winning it here 6-4. So that'll do it for us. You're not going to see us now for a while, as we just documented. Our next home game from Baltimore will be on the 19th of February when the Missouri Comets come to town. The Blast play Missouri 3 times in the last, 7 or 8 games of the year. So the Blast will be severely tested down the stretch. They're at Chicago, who's playing extremely well now as well, and the Syracuse games are always tough, so the Blast do have a long way to go in this season. That'll do it for our broadcast. Andrew Primrose, good work tonight. Thank you. Paul Mittermeier, thank you. The Invicta crew, as always, stellar work.